Hey guys, it's Libby, and today I'm doing my spring book haul. These are the books that I've acquired in the past few months. Most of them I got from Book Outlet, but not the first one. That was a present, and it is The Complete Poems of Thomas Hardy. One of my parents' friends was getting rid of this because they had the selected poems of Thomas Hardy and didn't feel like they needed the complete ones for some reason. And I secretly think that I am known to my mom's friends as that girl who's really into Thomas Hardy, which, I mean, is not wrong. So I have this, which the first collection in it is Wessex Poems. It's a chunker. It's how many pages? Pushing 1,000 pages, but it's of poetry. So the first one is Wessex Poems, which I've actually recorded the audiobook of. I'll leave a link to that. So it's got Wessex Poems, Poems of the Past and the Present, Poems of Pilgrimage, wait, are these different collections? Yes. Miscellaneous, Times, Laughingstocks, and Other Verses, Satires of Circumstance, Lyrics, and Reveries, Moments of Vision and Miscellaneous Verses, Poems of War and Patriotism. You may not have known, Thomas Hardy actually lived well into the 20th century. He died in the 1920s, I think. And he wrote World War I poetry, which is some of the best poetry. Human Shows, Far Fantasies, Songs, and Trifles. Winter Words in Various Moods and Meters. And Uncollected Works. So very excited to have this. Of course, all of the works of Thomas Hardy are in the public domain, and I could read them online, but this is a prestige book for me. I feel that I need to have it. Hey guys, so I actually finished filming and then realized that I had not read the first sentence of each book, which I said I was going to do in my last haul. So I'm going to film them now and then insert them. So if there are awkward transitions, I apologize. The first sentence of the first poem of Complete Works of Thomas Hardy, Complete Poems of Thomas Hardy. Can you imagine fitting the Complete Works of Thomas Hardy into one book? That would have to be tiny, tiny print. He wrote like 23 novels and a bunch of short stories. Anyway, the first sentence is, "It faces west, and round the back and sides high beeches bending hang a veil of boughs and sweep against the roof." So moving on to the things I got from Book Outlet, we're going to be going in alphabetical by author because that is the way they are currently stacked. So the first one is The Grace Keepers by Kirsty Logan. It has a super matte finish on the cover, which makes me just want to rub it on my face. This is a post-apocalyptic novel, but it's a very gentle post-apocalyptic novel, is the impression that I've gotten. It involves a flooded landscape, circuses, and burial rites, and finding yourself, I think. The first sentence is, "The first Callanish knew of the Circus Excalibur was the striped silk of their sails against the grey sky." Then we have The Ghosts of Heaven by Marcus Sedgwick, and oh my god, that cover, you guys! The colors! So pretty. It's not super matte. If it was, I think I would just explode. Also the back, guys, continue on the back, and oh my god. There is a person on that stairway. I didn't notice that until now, but there's not a person on the back. Symbolism. So this is a collection of 4 novellas which sort of go together. This seems to be Marcus Sedgwick's style. I have another book by him, Midwinter Blood, which is 7 stories about reincarnations of people. And then Ghosts of Heaven has distinctly different people in different time periods. There's a prehistoric, like a 17th century, a 20th century, and a future. The first one, the prehistoric one, is actually in verse, and then the rest of them are in prose. And the thing that ties them all together is spirals and discovery. So that sounds cool. Also, in the Goodreads reviews of this, a lot of people said, "I feel like I really should have liked this book, but I don't think I was smart enough for it." And I take this as a challenge. I am determined to be smart enough to understand this book. And the first sentence, which is in verse, is, "She is the one who goes on when others remain behind." The next one is The Book of Speculation by Erica Swyler. let me just read the description to you. Simon Watson, a young librarian, lives alone in a house that is slowly crumbling toward the Long Island Sound. His parents are long dead. His mother, a circus mermaid who made her living by holding her breath, drowned in the very water his house overlooks. His younger sister, Enola, ran off to join the circus 6 years ago. One June day, an old book arrives on Simon's doorstep. Fragile and water damaged. The book is a log from the owner of a traveling carnival in the 1700s who reports strange and magical things, including the drowning death of a circus mermaid. Since then, generations of mermaids in Simon's family have drowned, always on July 24th, which is only weeks away. As his friend Alice looks on with alarm, Simon becomes increasingly worried about his sister. Could there be a curse on Simon's family? What does it have to do with the book? And can he stop it in time to save Enola? And I'm just like, crumbling houses, family curses, mysterious books. That is my wheelhouse right there. Sign me up. And I'm about to give you the first sentence, but as I was flipping through the first pages, I saw that this book has illustrations by the author in it. So I found one. They're done in this red pencil. And the first sentence is, "Perched on the bluff's edge, the house is in danger." And then the last two are both by Catherynne M. Valente. I now own 7 books by Catherynne M. Valente and have not read any yet. Oh. The first one is The Boy Who Lost Fairyland, which is the 4th book in the Fairyland series. There's going to be 5 total, and the 5th one is going to be published quite soon, or maybe has just recently been published. Not sure. The first sentence, I expect this to be a long one, remembering when David did the first sentence challenge for the first book in this series. Once upon a time, a troll named Hawthorne lived very happily indeed in his mother's house, where he juggled the same green and violet gemstones and matching queen's crowns every day, slept on the same weather-beaten stone, and played with the same huge and cantankerous toad. And then the other one is Radiance, which I heard about on Rachel from Kalinati's channel. I also heard about it because, you know, I'm on Catherine's Goodreads page a lot. When am I actually going to read one of her books? And this is like a deco punk future where the entirety of the galaxy, I'm not sure if it's been colonized by us Earthlings or if it was just habitable all along. And we get to explore this world through the eyes of a woman who makes documentary films. And the first sentence is, "Come forward." So there we go. I think we have a lot of very me books, nothing too unusual for Libby in this haul. Oh, hopefully I don't drop them. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.